Oh, hello. Hello, and welcome to the Gooner Talk. Back again with you guys for another show after Arsenal have beaten Southampton 3-1 at St Mary's. I deserve this. I deserve this so much. I deserve this so much. The footballing gods are looking down on me and going, ha ha. That's what they are doing. And first thing tomorrow morning, what I'm doing, I'm getting on the phone to my designers and I'm getting an emoji made. And it takes absolutely no genius to work out because it's the only way we can solve this problem. There's only one way we can solve this. Because whoever we make emojis about, bad things happen. And this is the only way that I can solve this problem. And that's to make a Cedric emoji. And it is going to have to be. I'm so glad. I'm sorry I didn't give credit to whoever in the Discord made it. Please claim credit in the Discord for making that picture because I had to use it as the loading image. Because my God, we thought that Tierney was the first man on the team sheet. We thought Tierney was the first man. Tierney, you're benched, mate. You're benched. We found your replacement. We don't need no Jordan Amavi. We don't need no Mitchell. We don't need no who else is a left back. We got Cedric. Cedric the goat. Oh, there is going to be emojis. Anyway, flying fish in the chat box, please, guys. Fill that chat box with the fish of dreams because that was just utterly great. That was a real pleasure. Welcome, obviously, those that joined me and Hugh on his channel for the watch along. It was really good fun. It wasn't after 3 minutes. It wasn't fun at all. But after 8 minutes, it certainly picked up a bit. And the run goes on. Every single game that I've joined Hugh for, we've either drawn or won, winning four, or drawing one, something like that. It's an unbelievably good record that clearly needs to happen. Oh, dearie me. Unbelievable stuff. Anyway, let's go through. You're going to get through your comments. We're going to get your thoughts and your feelings after Arsenal won 3-1 for the next 20 to 30 minutes or so and break it all down and react to it and look ahead and look forwards. But first of all, there's big news in the chat box because Freddie McNay has signed up to be an absolute legend, a.k.a. one of our TGT members. Let me just see what type of membership Freddie has decided to join up for. Has he got access to the emojis? He certainly does, and he can get access to those emojis in the chat box. Welcome to the Flying Fish crew. You're an absolute legend, mate, and welcome, and you are with good people. I know you're a long-time listener anyway, so good having you back, fella. Calvin Cloette says, hi, Tom. Can't remember when we last had to come from behind to win. I said that on the stream to you. Winning from behind is not something that Arsenal have done, and we have done it. We never come from behind at all. And we have managed to do that today in a fantastic victory over Southampton. Let's get some more of your comments. Alex McCarthy, who was the winner of our free ticket for our sponsors' football prizes. You can win a signed Thierry Henry shirt by entering the raffle. The link is in the description. There is only a few tickets left for Friday's draw, so make sure you get hold of one. You know, like gold dust at the moment. Alex says, Tom, who do you hate now? Bearing in mind they'll play a screamer against United. Let's go with Guendouzi. I'm safe then. I'm safe. It doesn't. I can't do anything to me. I'm safe from Guendouzi. I don't hate Cedric. I don't hate any players. Like, it's just, I just thought he was crap. that's where my head was. I just thought he was bad. I just thought he was a bad player, and I didn't think he was ever going to offer us anything, to be honest. And he has offered us quite a bit, it's fair to say. And it's proving me wrong. And if there's, you guys know on the channel, this is a channel where you can come and have your opinion. You can change your mind. You can change what you feel. You can be proven wrong and think of it as a good thing. Should never, ever be a bad thing to be proven wrong. And to be proven wrong about Cedric is an absolute pleasure. It's a dream. It's something that I have wanted. Kind of. But absolute pleasure. We can go through Cedric. We can talk about that. But I want to know, besides Cedric, because it's the obvious answer, I want to know your man of the match of the game, guys. Tell me who you think was deserving of the most influential player. Who was the flying fish of your game this evening? Because that is the most important question. I want to know your thoughts. I want you to tell me. I don't know why I do this, because I've just seen 2 comments pop up talking about Willian. Why? Why do you troll me? Why? Why do you do this to me? What have I done to deserve this trolling? I've done nothing. There's a lot of love for Saka and Pepe in the chat this evening, which is great. Saka again with a goal and an assist, and has become, Saka is now the highest scoring teenager in the Premier League, and not just the highest scoring teenager in the Premier League, but he's scored more goals than any and all other Premier League teenagers combined this season. That is an incredible. You can throw me you can throw me your Greenwoods. You can come at me with your Mason Greenwoods if you like, but just look a bit stupid, don't you? Just like, Saka is on another level. He's an absolute legend of a player, and it's just nice to have so many guys coming through the youth ranks. This synergy that he's got was a good word on Hugh's show this evening. Synergy with Emile Smith-Rowe is excellent, and I thought that Emile Smith-Rowe himself didn't have the best of games. I didn't think Emile Smith-Rowe was a great. I thought he was good. I thought he had an okay game. He's still, so that final ball needed a little bit more power behind it. But what was good about the performance today is knowing that Ødegaard is coming in and you've got that extra cover behind Emile Smith-Rowe. It's exciting. It's exciting. And there are people in the mud, and I'm loving it. I'm loving how many people are just sitting there stewing away in the mud, and it's great. And it's absolutely fantastic. Suraj says, Tom, what about the Emile Smith-Rowe injury? Any news? We won't know. Honestly, I have no idea until Arteta tells us anything. It didn't look serious, but I don't want to tempt fate, but it didn't look too serious. It just looked like he was shattered, utterly shattered, and he was rested on Saturday. Thank God. Thank God we rested players on Saturday. I was so sick of having to defend that decision, and it's been justified today. Utterly justified, that decision was. Hope Partey isn't injured. Partey, I think, just went off for he's played. He's coming back from injury. If you've got an opportunity to rest him going 3-1 up, which we did, it was the right decision. Arteta's subs were bang on, and when Emile Smith-Rowe came down, we cancelled the Pepe sub and we brought on Willian, who did what Willian does, which is just not very much. Tom, look at Saka's interview. I haven't seen anything about Saka's interview. Obviously, I can't watch it. But if there is any quotes from Bukayo Saka, then we'll make sure that we get them up on the channel. We'll find out what he's been saying. Saka on Cedric's pass. I spoke to him before the game about the opportunity. As soon as he gets the ball, I'm going to run him behind, and he listened. We got a goal, so I'm happy with that. So there you go. And that's the thing about having a right footer on the left-hand side, is they are going to kind of cut inside. This is from Chris Wheatley, who is being very kind enough to put out some of the quotes. It is his birthday, so make sure you go and wish Chris Wheatley a happy birthday. Hilmi says Pepe is better when he's played on the left-hand side. And a lot of people turn around in the chat box. Fair play to all the people that did and said this. Pepe playing with Emile Smith-Rowe, given those creative players around him, what can he do? He went and scored a goal today. So fair play to all those people that said that. You were bang on, absolutely bang on. And it's great. It's good to see Pepe obviously scoring. Jury is still out. A lot of questions still need to be answered. And the words Pepe and consistency are 2 words that we need to be coming together a lot more often. So against Manchester United, where I assume Pepe has probably earned a start once again in the weekend fixture. We don't know if Aubameyang's going to be back for that or not. But if Pepe has earned that start, then he has to go and perform. He has to go and perform and play in that game. And we just had the hope that we've got Emile Smith-Rowe for that match, and that his injury is just a knock, and it's just precaution that he was taken off, of course. Alex Bartnick says Lacazette is crucial in this role, providing these first-time passes. Flicks is great, but my God, is the man slow. When he starts running with his head down, you know it's 0 burners. He doesn't need to be quick. It's not his style. He doesn't need to be fast. He's not He's not really slow. He's just not rapid. He's just not a Saka or an Alba. He's just not that quick. But he is providing us with some absolutely vital bits of interplay. The setup for Saka was brilliant and really key to that. And I was very happy to see him get that assist and the goal as well. The goal with the ball over the top. The Cedric pass was painful, but it was amazing. And and that's what you can ask for at the end of the day is just some really good bits of play from the team. T-Bar Pest says, Saka said, Laka keeps telling me, whatever you do, don't pass to Willian. So I listened. Dude, are you for real? Says, cannot believe how Arsenal fans were so negative during the game just because we were losing. Yeah, people are in the mud, mate. People are in the mud. And I said during the show, on Hugh's show, I said that the goal, if it was ever going to come for Southampton, thank God they scored at the beginning of the match because it woke us up. Lacazette with that chance in the first half, that could have been huge. And then we could have been talking about a very, very different game had we not have turned this around with Lacazette missing that chance in the early part of the game. It was huge, huge moment. And thankfully, we don't have to rue that mistake. I'm very, very happy that we don't have to worry about that. JD says, even with Cedric playing at his unnatural position, Bellerin is still worse. I mean, you can't not say that Cedric does not start. If Tierney's back, Cedric starts. That is just how this goes. Ed says, easy all. Xhaka had some beautiful plays in today. Have to give him credit. DJ in the chat, you absolute fraud. Absolute pleasure having you in the chat as always, mate. Ed Welch says, game was on a knife edge. First half, Saka stepping up again, just like the Brighton game. What a player we have on our hands. And thank God we signed him up to a new contract. I say give him a new one. Give him another 10-year contract. Give Saka a 10-year contract. I want to see that hashtag, Saka 10 years. That has got to be what Arsenal will be looking to do because he needs to be our player for forevermore. The boy, absolute legend of a player that he is turning into. Michael Velasquez says, Cedric be pinging balls like he was Pirlo today. Omar says, good win. The perfect birthday present. Omar, man, the doubter, the fraud, as Hugh would call you. I mean, you're not a flying fish. You're not a flying fish crew at the moment. You're behind. You're doubting. And I welcome your alternative opinions in the chat box. But Omar, tell me, it's impressive today, wasn't it? Impressive form. Arteta's decisions getting us the victory. Fair play, Omar. Gororo14 says, guys, believe me, Valerie at Southampton is an unearthed gem. He looked okay. I didn't think he was like amazing. And that shot was pretty horrible. It was on his left foot, to be fair to him. But yeah, no, not bad. The Brotherhood says, thoughts on Ibrahima Diallo of Southampton was quite good. Very good on Saturday against us. Only 21 years old and looks a real talent. Did we miss one? I mean, if we talked about the players that we missed, we'd be here all day. But certainly one that maybe we need to think about. And happy birthday, Omar. Sorry, I forgot to add that on. Happy birthday, mate. I hope you have a good one. That was impressive. Didn't have to do me like that. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. 100%. You're in the mud, fella. You're in the mud. Glenn Cook says, love to see the effort given to continue the press all the way in the second half stoppage time. Did you notice, actually, the defensive structure of the team? We've always talked about, and we're trying to identify Arsenal's style of play and what are Arsenal's strengths. But the defensive structure was just sublime, really, really solid. Like holding, fantastic performance, really good last-ditch tackling. And when Danny Ings ran into the box, did you notice how no one dived in? No one stuck a leg out. Everyone was just kind of waiting for the chance to take the ball, push him out wide, and we did that. And it was a really good run by Ings, but one that we managed to nullify because we didn't take him out, we didn't stick a leg out, we didn't dive in. Really, really solid. Ronk said, Arteta just said fish can fly in his interview. I don't think he did, you know, because if he did, he's an absolute flying fish. Webster says Xhaka should also be given credit. Would have had 2 assists had Laka taken that chance in the first 20 minutes. You're spot on, mate. Really, really good. The only person that I had any kind of criticisms of today, 2 people, were Bellerin and David Luiz. Both of them I thought did not have the best of games today. Bellerin really kind of looks under pressure from Cedric, and Cedric has to start over Bellerin against Man United if Tierney is back. And that is just a fact of life right now. Freddie McNair is our brand new member, and welcome to the Flying Fish crew, mate. Says Pepe being able to play on both wings is such good news for us. We will never get the £72 million back, but a player who can rotate in and out on both wings with quality is always great to have. And hopefully we do get that money back. Hopefully we do get some kind of feedback. That's what I want to see. I want to see Pepe paying back that money as much as he possibly can. Ron says Arteta did actually defend his rotation decision quite sternly. Fair play to him. Corey says credit to Arteta after the stick he got for the FA Cup. I mean, what are your thoughts on Arteta in the chat? Tell me your thoughts in the chat box. Be very honest. If you were criticizing him after the game on Saturday, are you of a mind to give him credit today? Do you think that he is worthy of credit? Do you still think that he was wrong to do what he did on Saturday based on that performance? Let me know. Tell me, guys, in the chat box. Igbo, though, says the ref had a terrible game. Yeah, Kevin, no friends. Utterly dismal performance. Giving Pepe that yellow card was a joke. Utterly disgusting behaviour from the ref. Really, really, really horrible. Did not appreciate that whatsoever. The Brotherhood says, do you think Maitland-Niles is a shout to start against United? No, not a chance, mate. Not going anywhere near Mainsley. He's going nowhere near this team. 16 points from 18, says Tom. Arteta in. Yesvant says, Cedric pinging the ball from left back. That was such a treat to watch. Alex, regarding Arteta, says, happy he backed up his actions. I'm still debating in my head, which would I have rather have lost, this game or the FA Cup? How about you? Easily the FA Cup game for me. What Arsenal are trying to achieve this season, the targets are in the Premier League and the Europa League. It's getting back into the Champions League football as soon as possible. The FA Cup doesn't provide us that. I love the FA Cup. I'm not devaluing it as a competition. All I'm saying is that of our priorities, the FA Cup was third on the list. That's not devaluing it. That's just being real about where the FA Cup lies in Arsenal's priorities this season. We are 4 points off Liverpool. If Liverpool mess up tomorrow, or tomorrow, is it tomorrow or Thursday? Whenever. 4 points behind the champions after the season that we have had, after the season that everyone is having, is something to talk about. It has been a crazy season for everyone. Chelsea have decided that it's not good enough, and they've sacked Lampard and they've gone for Tuchel, and we'll see how that works. Is Klopp going to get sacked? We kept Arteta, and it looks like it was the right decision. Manchester United kept Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and it looks like that was the right decision. So we'll see what happens with Tuchel at Chelsea. We'll see what happens there and monitor that. But Arteta deserves a hell of a lot of credit today after that performance. And you have to say fair play. And the amount of people that I saw tweeting, not just me, but tweeting in general, and saying that if Arsenal lose today, it's on Arteta. So surely those same people, you would hope, would be tweeting out, fair play, Arteta, you got it right. So I'm just saying, it's just something that maybe you want to look out for, guys. You want to look out for, just, have a look for. Rancid Pumpkin, what a name, says Arteta was spot on today. Freddie McNair says, today's result means I am not bothered by the FA Cup defeat. Alexandra Lawson says he was completely spot on with that. The Real Janice says, I didn't criticise him, but I do understand why peeps were upset, but you can understand the thinking behind it. I agree. I can understand why people were critical of it. I understand it. But in the end, I think it made sense 100%. Dylan says, could have subbed a little earlier, but then was thankful he didn't when we got the 2 cramps. Exactly. So sometimes being a little bit cautious does pay off. Yonick, the biggest of swimming fish. Is that what we're going to the opposite to flying fish is a what? A digging fish? A mole fish? Is that what the opposite to a flying fish is? Yonick says, I give him credit for today, but we are out of the FA Cup. If it all pays off at the end and we end up challenging for top 4, I'll hold my hands up. Fair play, fella. And that's why I value you in the chat, mate. Yes, Matt, you have joined the dark side. What's Matt saying? What is Matt saying? Matt Thornton, he is at the moment. I think he's talking about Cedric. He might be going on the back of Dan's shirt this season. Max Casper says, I had no idea that Southampton would put out a good team against Arsenal on Saturday. They didn't really rest anyone. And they still played with a strong side today without the two fullbacks, of course, but they still played with Adams, they still played with Ings and Ward-Prowse, Walcott and Armstrong still coming in. So, and they must have suffered from that. They really must have suffered from that. Great game, says Tapello. I want to hear you back in the manager, mate. You're critical of him. You've got to back him. You've got to praise him when he deserves it. So I want to hear that praise. Steve Lucas says he's going to be a great manager. I can't wait to see who he brings in the summer, and the next few years are going to be huge for Arsenal and for the youngsters too. Ben Fawcett says, what area of Saka's game is weak? Nothing, mate. Maybe a corner. Maybe you get a little bit better at taking corners. That's the only thing I can kind of say about that. Credit to Arteta, says Elliot Roberts. And the real Janice with the super chat says Emil Smith-Rowe and Cedric's movement helped Pepe a lot. Really did. Really did. A rolling fish, says Gary Smith, is the opposite to a flying fish. Is that true? A swimming bird, says Side. There are some weird suggestions. Chris says, did Tom say that he wanted Cedric to be the next captain? No, but he might be getting into my fantasy team. That is certainly a possibility. Let's have a look at what you guys are saying in the chat a little bit further down. Porky Pork says he needs to show me why he took that decision in the FA Cup with rotation. Challenge top four or win the Europa and I'll give credit. The FA Cup is our cup. Show me why you made that decision. I think he showed you why he made that decision today, mate. I think he showed you in that performance in the team selection today. That's why it was made. This rotation that was done on Saturday was still enough. Like, it was enough. Arsenal used players that have... look at Pepe's performance today. If that Pepe played on Saturday, we might not be having this same conversation. But we are. And that's just the way the world is at the moment. We've got another super chat that is coming, if I can find it, from John Manning. Says, disagree with you on Saturday about the rotation, Tom. You were right. I was wrong. Fair play. And fair play, John. And, I held my hands up about Cedric today. I get things wrong, and I've held my hands up. Cedric was fantastic. I was wrong about the guy, and I'm so glad that I was. I'm sure that you're glad too, John, that you were too. So fair play and great super chat, mate. Thank you for the support. Nope, Tulip, I've got it, mate. I'm all over it. Don't you worry, son. I've got it. Zamir says, we didn't rotate versus Newcastle in the Cup. People moaned. We rotated against Southampton in the Cup. People moaned. Stop moaning, people. Ed says, the squad isn't deep enough to attack all three competitions. Arteta knows what the team needs to do. The fellow says, Tom, if you children were doing math and they got 1 + 1 right, would you praise them to the extent as you would be disappointed in them if they got it wrong? Praise is an important thing, Tapella. Even if your child gets 1 + 1 right, they deserve praise because they've done something right. And gradually, the difficulty increases. But if you spend your whole life just judging someone based upon doing a good job as the norm and as what is expected, you are going to lead a very sad life. Ebenezer Gurmat says, Mikel Arteta said we had 5 players that couldn't play in the Cup. I need to make that clear. No preseason, 50 games at the stage is impossible, and I'm not going to do that with the young players. So we might get some more quotes from Arteta. Now, I'm not going to cover Arteta's press conference in tonight's show because tomorrow is Wednesday, which means there's no evening show. I am going to be doing a podcast in the morning. In the morning, I'll be joined by Owen and Adam at 10 a.m. UK time. Apologies, Western listeners. You will have to tune in a little bit later unless you get up really early. But I'm going to be joined by Adam and Owen at 10 o'clock in the morning tomorrow UK time to discuss the game for our podcast. So make sure you join me, Adam and Owen, tomorrow at 10, and we will talk about some of his quotes from the game. We've got another super chat from Chris P, who is an absolute legend as always, was rooting for a Willian goal for the 4th. That would have been a great way to top off the day. Unfortunately, only got a pre-assist for Laka. Yeah, he had an influence in the game. Was he on for the 3rd goal? He was, wasn't he? He definitely was. I'm sure he was on for the 3rd goal. It's so much of a kind of it's just a haze to me now. It's an utter haze. Cookie Monster says, good game today. I guess we will see how well we do in the league from now on, as we still might regret being kicked out of the FA Cup. I don't think we will. Suraj says, be honest, Tom, is top 4 possible? Suraj, in life, anything is possible. Ben Fawcett says, we have a defence and can win away. Why is anyone unhappy? Come on, you Gunners. Nico F says, Bellerin was solid. and this is coming from the biggest Bellerin supporter. So happy with Bellerin's performance, I'll be honest. And this is from me. So if you're going to take it from anyone that's got a little bit of a level head, you know, I've backed Bellerin, but I was critical of his performance today. Dario G says, we need a Saka emoji. As I said, I've got tomorrow morning off. I am going to be getting on to the designers. I'm going to get you, we're going to get some emojis. We're going to need a Cedric in the in the image of the Lord is going to have to be one. We're going to have a Saka emoji. It's just what we need. We're going to need to get an Emile Smith-Rowe emoji made, and possibly an Odegaard one is what we might need as well. So send me your ideas. Leave your comments on the video. What emojis should we make? Make sure you leave them after the video's gone live, so I can't see the chat. But yeah, there is definitely going to be some emojis made this evening. Kian says, I'm sorry, Tom, I'll give you second Bellerin fan. I mean, Kian, tell me your thoughts on Bellerin. It's important to be critical when the performances aren't great. As someone who supports them, I want to know your thoughts, Kian, on how Bellerin was today, for sure. Matthew Hudson says, Bellerin had like 3 forward passes and 1 cross, lost the ball a lot in the tight spaces. Tang Vang says, Bellerin was all over the place, just not in the right one. A defensive one is what he is saying. Yes, Van says, question, if we sign a good right back like Christensen or Aarons, would you think him and Cedric will be a great right back in the years to come? You have to think of Cedric still. I mean, Cedric, I look at, he had a great game today. Cedric, though, I still look at as the long-term kind of backup. And if you're going to look at what we need to do, you're replacing Bellerin. You're not replacing Cedric. Cedric is the backup. So you're going to replace the number one, which at the moment you would still say is, you would say that Arsenal's number one right back is Bellerin, but at the moment we're playing Cedric because he's in better form right now. But if you're going to replace a right back, you would replace Bellerin and upgrade on him and move him on, because I think he's a sellable asset at the club. Hovik says, Tom, who do you think should start in defence? I don't think David Luiz should start, and I don't think Bellerin should start. Oh, I've got hiccups. Oh, no. That's the gin doing that, which I need to take a sip of. I think Tierney, if he's fit, should come back in. If not, you go with Cedric again. Holding keeps his place because he's one of the first names on the team sheet. Gabriel was quite shaky against Southampton, but David Luiz was shaky today. If Marie is fit, do you bring Marie in? He was excellent against Chelsea, really good against Brighton and West Brom. Do you bring Marie back in if he's fit? It's a tough decision. But yeah, Cedric starts right back if we have Tierney back. If not, you do what we did today is probably what we're going to do. Stapello says, Tom, what do you think of the facts Arteta is not in favour when he was player of the match? He barely played till the break, and now he is in the same situation, no games. He was coming on today, like he was going to be coming off the bench today, but because of the injury to Emile Smith-Rowe, he didn't. I don't think it's something you need to worry about. Martinelli's going to be fine. Don't you worry one bit. At the end of the day, he's still a very, very young player, and we'll get opportunities for sure. The I am legend Aubameyang emoji is a possible shout from Chris. It will be considered. I assure you that it will. That was what I said. Yes, Vamp said Bellerin and keep Cedric as backup. I dislike Bellerin. I think that's what you need to do, is that Bellerin's not a backup right back. Bellerin's a player that will want to start wherever he goes. So that's what you would ultimately end up doing. Porky Pork says, did Leno get enough praise today? Made some seriously impressive saves again. Glad that we stopped a lot of the passing from the back. He was at fault, I thought, for the goal. I thought he could have done better if he'd got more of a hand to it. But that is the only criticism that I've got. Other than that, really good saves, really brave in certain situations. Again, another consistent performance besides the first goal. But other than that, Leno was great. Was excellent. Really, really good. The real Janice says, with a super chat, thank you ever so much. Are you optimistic going into the night game? I'm an optimistic guy. When you're on the back of a run of the amount of league games that we've won and drawn and unbeaten, you can't not be optimistic. It's going to be tough. It's going to be really, really difficult. And praying that Bruno Fernandes gets chopped down this week and injured so he doesn't play. But yeah, really, really, really hope that we can pull something off. Because if we can do the double over United in a season, that is going to be an unbelievable. I mean, the last time that Arsenal did the double over United? Was that still 2006? Because that would be incredible. Really, really solid achievement from Arteta if we get that done, which I know will annoy a lot of the haters out there. But it was a fantastic performance today, a fantastic win today. So let me have you sum up the show, sum up the game in a single word to finish off today's show. Just one word to describe today's game. I have a feeling I know what word is going to be used quite a lot. But if you can sum up today's game in just a single word, and we'll throw out some of those, and then we're going to wrap up, because it's been an absolute pleasure speaking to you this evening after Arsenal win, and quite a late show, 10:30. Hence why I'm trying to keep my voice as dulcet as I possibly can. This evening, and some people have already broken the rule. Arteta Ball says Kian. Fish says Cookie Monster. Nutmeg from Alex Bartnick, which was just brilliant from Pepe. Cardiovascular says Nico F. Noah says brilliant. Javier says electric. Matt Thornton, excellent. The Brotherhood, vital. Gin says David. You gotta love a gin. You gotta love a gin, mate. Can't not like a cloudy lemon gin. Other gins are available. Boom says Asher. Cedric, there we go. I mean, where's Dan? Surely Dan's put a comment. Surely Dan put a comment saying Cedric. There is no way that he didn't. I can't find a comment. Oh, we put Beckham. I mean, come on, Dad. You could have put Cedric in. I was expecting it. I was expecting the word. Oh, dear. Thank you ever so much, guys. Thank you. I can see all your comments. Absolute legends, all of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you could drop a like on the video, I'd really appreciate it. There is only a few tickets left to win the signed Thierry Henry shirt. Link is in the description to the website. There are 74 tickets that have been sold, which means only 15 tickets for Friday's draw are left. If you would like a chance of winning a signed Thierry Henry shirt with a certificate of authentication, then please do buy a ticket ahead of Friday's draw. Members will be getting the draw for their free ticket on Friday's Let's Talk Arsenal show. I did a show earlier on today with Mike on the Let's Talk Arsenal show where we discussed a lot about the January transfer window. We didn't talk about the Southampton game at all, so it's not like that will be spoiled in any way by what's happened today. It's a really good chat. Check it out. Tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock, I will be joined by Owen and Adam to talk about this evening's game. Fantastic stuff from the guys, and we'll talk about that. Thank you, Chris P. Just to finish off the show with the super chat, Gabriel grew into the game on Saturday. Second half was much better. Louise should be back up for holding. Marie for Gabriel, predicting a 3-0 win against Manchester United. We'll get your predictions in tomorrow's show in the podcast, and of course the preview, which will be on Friday, where I'll be talking to Kevin Campbell as well. So make sure you tune in for that. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. You absolute legends, you flying fish crew. I'll see you again very, very soon. And as always, up the Arsenal and cheerio.